Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, May 16th, 2023. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. Well, it's a big day for the debt ceiling and banks, and we're going to have to brace for some uncertainty. So, later on today, two of the major risks facing the U.S. economy, the debt ceiling and banking turmoil, are set to be tackled head on in Washington. So there's plenty of uncertainty around the markets, but we'll be hoping for some clarity on a potentially significant day ahead as the June 1st debt ceiling deadline reiterated by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Monday looms ever closer. President Joe Biden meets with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy today in a bid to break the deadlock. With a lack of progress so far, and Biden set to leave for a G7 meeting in Japan on Wednesday, markets will want to see positive signs from the meeting. Investors may not quite believe a debt default is coming, but there's still nervousness around the yield on the short-dated U.S. 1 month bill, which rose to fresh highs above 5.5% yesterday. So, if Republicans and Democrats remain far apart after the meeting, as McCarthy says they currently are, market concerns may deepen. Investors will also be watching events in Washington for insight into how the recent bank stress played out and whether it's over. The S&P is trending lower this morning as market participants digest soft Chinese economic data while awaiting an update on plans to raise the federal debt limit as well as a crucial retail sales data. Yesterday, in trading session, the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 outperformed the other two indices, helped by more than a 2% rise in Meta. Now, in China, the world's second largest economy, they got a generally downbeat data dump today. Industrial production rose 5.6% year on year in April, short of market expectations for a 10.1% growth rate. So industrial rate rose 3.9% year on year in March. Meantime, copper prices are trending lower and just hit a 5.5%. And copper is right around here. That's, this is copper. So take a look at copper. It has opened with a gap down. So that indicates that with more pressure to the downside is being applied. The gap to be closed is one of the indicators for us to see if that will be the case, for us to find some resistance around that area. Now, if the pressure continues is stronger, if that may not happen, it will just continue to trade lower. I have 3.55-ish as my support. That's my short-term target. The resistance at 3.75. Now, in Asia, the stocks were mixed overnight, and European shares were mixed, but mostly lower. So the U.S. indices are going to be looking to be pointing lower today. As we see here, the Nasdaq, we are about to be opening in a few minutes. So the Nasdaq is trading lower, pushing lower. So that will be the case. Here's the S&P that has opened with a gap down. That gap has been closed already. So a pressure to the downside is more likely than not. 4120 is my support, and then we have the Dow that has also basically opened with a gap also down. That gap hasn't really been closed that much, but it has been the fluctuation has fluctuated into yesterday's trading range. So we'll continue to see a pressure to the downside. 33,100 is my initial target for support. 33,500 is my resistance. Now, as coming into crude oil has received some news from the International Agency that it has raised its 2023 global crude oil demand by 100,000 barrels per day to 102 million barrels per day. Now, meanwhile, Biden's administration plans to buy 3 million barrels to resupply their SPR. This could bring a spike in price. Crude oil prices are near steady and trading around that $71 marker. I have $68 as my support and $74 as my resistance, which basically is where we have been seeing that double top in crude oil. So being bullish in crude oil is one of the ways. As far as we see Nat Gas going, and we see Nat Gas obviously trading higher. It has been on a nice steady movement to the upside. That is a nice trend. You know, uptrend. The RSI is almost closing, looking to getting into the overbought territory, but it will still have some room. So that 250 marker could be a nice target. So being long in that gas could be a good idea. As far as we look at into gold, technically the bulls have the firm overall near-term technical advantage. Now, their bulls' next upside price objective is to produce a close above solid resistance in the May of 2085. This high, but that's we kind of far away from that. Now pushing out towards the support, we see that 2000 is a psychological support level, but hey, we have touched that and we have rebounded from there. Our next support will be 1980, and this could be also be helped, because of the looming economic data coming out of Asia, out of China. As far as we see for silver, silver bulls are are on a level overall that we could say they're kind of recuperating from such a drop in prices. I have $23 as my support and 24.40 as my resistance. We could probably see that the market could be trading to the upside. It has opened with a gap down. Okay, it has been closed, so we could see perhaps we could see that the lower the push to the down, no, this selling, it could be applied. So you could take a look at that. We already talked about copper. Then we look at Bitcoin. No, it is really just ranging around the 27,000 marker. Then we have the currencies. The euro opened up with a strong gap up. It has been closed. So now the expectation is that it has found support around this marker of 108. Let's see if it'll come back to 109 and then continue its rally to the upside. The RSI is kind of flattish. Once we see the RSI reaching 50 or above 50, that could perhaps be where the market will be back into where it opened. So that could be a good indication that it will continue to move higher. The same token goes for the pound. It opened with a smaller gap up, but it has been already closed. So a speculation for it to continue to upside is is likely, and that will be helped if the dollar index that opened with a strong gap down, which it has already been closed, if you see the dollar index continue to move to the lower, pushing lower, breaking that 102 psychological support level, we'll see that spike, the continuation movement on those other things or the other markets that we saw that we said that it was looking to move higher. So that will be the case for today. Have a fantastic trading day, and tomorrow I will be doing a free webinar on selling May and go away. I'll be looking at breadth, VIX, and short-term patterns and market sentiment. So join me. It'll be free. I will have the link on my bio. Have a great trading day.